On your home of Bulldog Athletics, AM 1360 at KOHU. As well, if you're joining us online at GoHermiston.com and Mixler.com/1360 KOHU, the web stream powered by Blue Mountain Networks. That is internet at the speed of life. I'm Eric Olson alongside Sonny Leby as we get set for the final game of the regular season. Hermiston playing host to the Kennewick Lions. Kennewick 7-1. They are trying to put themselves in a position to at least have a share of the Mid-Columbia Conference title. With a win here tonight, they are trying to impress the seeding committee, who will meet on Sunday morning to decide where they are going to send Kennewick and Hermiston in the round of 32. Sunday, the Bulldogs have to do that same thing. Have to be impressive here tonight for the seeding committee, but also we just get the sense around this game, this senior class, this group of 21 that got honored just a few minutes ago, they really want one against Kennewick.
Yeah, they do. They want to get this one, and the big thing about it is whether they win or lose this game, what they need to do is have a good performance. I mean, if they have a strong performance and finish, but the seniors really want this game.
Elijah Robinson, Neil Stasek, Ami Tuya, and Ben Larson are the four who step forward for the coin toss. Hermiston clad in their third uniform. This is the purple top with the gold numerals, black pants with the gold stripes on the side, the white helmet with the purple H. Kennewick visiting Hermiston tonight. White top, black numerals trimmed in orange with black pants, the black helmet with the big orange K on the side. The Lions have been impressive, maybe most so on the defensive side of the ball. They are numerically the best defense in this conference. They have given up 443 fewer yards than the second best defense. That is the powerful Chiawana defense. Sonny, what makes this Kennewick defense so good?
They just fly to the ball, and they're physically tough. They really are. They're good football specimens out here. There's nobody. The defensive side only has a couple of guys that are big, but they have a bunch of Stasics out there. They really do. They fly to the ball very well. They read the play very well, and they go out and they evidently watch a lot of film because they are very well prepared for teams.
It finally feels like football weather. 38 degrees, mostly clear. There is actually a little bit, if you kind of look off in the distance at the softball complex to the north of the football field here at Bulldog Stadium, the lights kind of dimly show a little bit of moisture in the air in the presence of some fog. Not really a breath of wind to speak of either. We're going to see the Kennewick offense first as Abel Alatorre comes out to get set to kick it away. Alatorre is part of that very large senior class. Had a good game last week, a couple of touchbacks. He is going to put boot to ball here towards the west end zone. Kennewick attacking left to right to start things off this evening. And for them, it is the leading running back in the conference, Alex Roberts, the junior, who is back to receive. Deepest for Kennewick, standing at the 5-yard line. Alatorre, the approach and the boot is going to drive Roberts back a step into the end zone. Touchback is how this game starts in Kennewick with the ball on the 20-yard line. Starting lineups are brought to you by Rogers Toyota, and for the Lions, their line is impressive, and it starts with their Idaho-bound left tackle, Nathan Knappich, 6'7", 260 pounds. He's a senior. Jose Cadenas, the guard inside of him, 6'3", 300. He's a junior. Marcos Acevedo is the senior at center, 5'11", 220 pounds. Right guard is Lincoln Pennington, 6 feet tall, 260 pounds, and a junior. And Isaac Gay, the right tackle, 6'4", 255, and a senior. Acevedo is snapping the ball to senior quarterback Ambrose Driver. Driver will go under center with an I formation offset to the right behind him. Two receivers right on first down and 10 from the 20. Toss play to the right. Ball dropped by Roberts. Picks it back up. Hit in the backfield and dropped 4 yards back for a loss. Hermiston flying to the ball. McCamey got there along with Andre Saldana. and they drop Roberts for a loss of 4 on the opening play of the game.
And what number is Saldana tonight?
Saldana is wearing number 99 tonight. Saldana at one defensive end, Colin McCamey at the other defensive end, Robbie Akers, and Tanner McCoy, the tackles. 2nd down and 14 after the loss. Back to a shotgun set. Driver to throw, right side, quick toss to his favorite receiver. Pulled in by David Wachenski. Wachenski churns his big body. 6'3", 215 pounds. The senior gets all the way up to the 24-yard line. An 8-yard gain. 3rd down and medium, however, facing the Lions. The rest of the defense for Hermiston, behind those 4 on the line, the linebackers, Ben Larson and Neil Stasek. Stasek still the leading tackler in the conference at 68.5 tackles. The safeties are Ami Tuya and Kellen Young, with Jaime Ramirez Ortega, Justice Counsel, at the cornerback positions, and Alex Garcia starts at Rover. 3rd and 6 from the 24. Kennewick jumped off sides. 2 receivers going early. Didn't introduce the receivers yet in the starting lineup. David Wachenski, we mentioned already, along with Kyler Witowski, Dane McClure, and Aiden Metz. So that makes it an even harder 3rd down and 11. 10:47 on the clock. The opening drive and the opening plays, Kennewick has had a couple of different missteps. The fumble, they recovered, and now that penalty to bring up 3rd and 11 from the right hash mark. Driver in a pistol set with Roberts behind him. 3 receiver options to the left. Driver takes the snap. He will roll out to the left side. Roberts blocking in front. Delivers towards the sideline into the hands of McClure for the 1st down. Steps out of bounds into his own bench at the 32-yard line.
That time, Kellen Young there to make the stop. Eric, Kennewick does something that they used to do in years past. They won the toss and actually chose to receive. And you usually do not see that. You usually see them defer and take it in the second half. But this is old school now from Kennewick.
The Lions will send trips out to the right side with, again, the pistol set from the left hash mark, 32. 1st down and 10. Driver, the seniors, thrown for over 1,260 yards this season. Handoff, Roberts into the open, far sideline, down the left wing. He goes across the 50, now inside the 20, at the 15, caught from behind and thrown down by Justice Counsel all the way down to the 3-yard line. A huge run for Alex Roberts, goes for 71 yards, and the Lions are knocking on the door to get the opening touchdown, not quite 2 minutes into the game.
Well, a great job of blocking by the wideout on the far side, Eric. Got the receiver come in and made the crackdown block inside and allowed him to get out on the edge. H-back
right, tight end right, a receiver each way, pistol set for Driver on 1st and goal from the 3. Lobs it into the left corner, way too tall for Kyler Witowski. Incomplete.
Counsel out there on the coverage that time, and you're right. It was about 4 yards over the top of him.
Witowski, 15 catches, 317 yards this season. Wachenski is the leading receiver by a lot. He's got 44 receptions this year and 616 yards. 10 times he's gotten into the end zone, wide to the right. Turn in hand, straight up the middle. This time Roberts churns his way into the end zone. The leading touchdown scorer in the conference has his 11th on the ground this year. Excuse me. He has his 13th on the ground this year. And the junior has put Kennewick in front with 10:01 on the clock.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say before the snap, they brought McIntyre in, the all league, all everything, the linebacker as a blocking back, the lead back to bring him in. He just followed McIntyre right into the end zone.
Senior Nate Bass is the holder as Tanner Larson tries to make this a 7-0 lead. In the opening 2 minutes at Bulldog Stadium, he does. 7-0 the score in favor of Kennewick. The big run by Alex Roberts gets them in to scoring position, and then he punches it in from 4 yards out. And we'll be back. Hermiston getting the ball for the first time after this on AM 1360 KOHU.
package of M&Ms down there.
Krebs and Jaime Ramirez Ortega deep to return for the Bulldogs. Chavez lining up to kick it for the Lions.
Dale Krebs, Jaime Ramirez Ortega back to receive the kick. Kennewick with the opening touchdown of the game. 1 minute and 59 seconds in. Tanner Chavez will pooch one to the far side. Bounces off of Austin Bledsoe and rolls out of bounds on the far sideline. Right around the 15 or 16. Maybe they generously make it the 17-yard line where Hermiston's offense will take over. Their starting lineup brought to you by Rogers Toyota. A lot of seniors on the offensive side of the ball were honored before the game tonight. That starts with the left tackle, Elijah Robinson. Hunter Allen, a junior, inside of him at left guard. The right guard is going to, this week, be Seth Reeve. Siu Sapeni at right tackle. And Wes Leathers is the center, the senior. Snap of the ball to Isaac Corey. First down and 10. Everybody's going to come tight to the formation. Bunch to the left from the 17. Corey turns and hands. It's Larson running to the right side. Big hole for Larson across the 30-yard line up to the 32. And Ben Larson opens the game with a big first down run for Hermiston. 15 yards gained. Bulldogs will move quick to get lined up with Justice Council, Dale Krebs, and Neil Stasek wide to the left, and Jaime Ramirez Ortega alone to the right. Right hash mark set. Corey's got the back. Larson to his left. On 1st and 10, Corey to throw. Flushes out of the pocket to the left, coming to the near sideline, switches the ball into the hand to run, and he will trot out of bounds up to the 36-yard line, gains 5 on the scramble.
Near on the push out that time, and Eric, Isaac might have broke out of that a little bit too early. He did have a receiver coming across on the little drag over the middle, but he was being hotly pursued, though.
Bulldogs trail by a touchdown, 9:36 on the clock in the opening quarter. Ben Larson handoff to the left side, and Larson gets stood up, ran into the midst of Nathan Kanapic. Idaho bound on the defensive side of the ball. He plays at tackle. Dylan McIntyre and Tanner Larson are the ends. Cooper Neer, who you mentioned on that opening tackle, is an inside linebacker along with Aiden Metz, Cam Hayes, and David Wachensky, the outside linebackers. Damon Cervantes, Alex Roberts play cornerback. Dane McClure, the free safety. And Maddox Sutano is the strong safety. 3rd down and 5 for Corey. A straight drop. The junior looking to throw. Lobs it right sideline. Ramirez Ortega. Flags fly out both ways as the ball is behind him and out of bounds to the right. But Jaime Ramirez starting to slap his hands together in celebration. That might be coming against Kennewick and giving Hermiston a little bit of help to get into Kennewick territory.
Yeah, we'll see if it was a catchable, if they rule it a catchable ball, or if it's going to be a holding, Eric. Holding, yep.
That's 10 yards. It's good enough for a first down.
Defense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It results in a first down.
8:55 on the clock in the opening quarter. Hermiston down by a touchdown.
First down.
Up to the left hash mark, 48-yard line. Handoff and left side run again for Larson. Larson stopped by Aiden Metz at the 49-yard line, helped out by David Washensky on the play. It is interesting, Hermiston is coming out so aggressively with the run, Sonny. They are going up against the best run defense in the league, only giving up 29 rushing yards a game. Corey will throw it out of bounds, scramble into the right on 2nd and 9.
Well, and in this game here, they've got Kanapic lining right up on nose tackle, Eric. He's right over the top, and if he's not getting the deep penetration, he has been able to go ahead and at least plug the hole.
3rd and 9, still left hash mark, 49-yard line. Trips to the right for Corey. Slaps his hands together. Looking to throw. Time in the pocket. Bouncing around. Over the middle for Bledsoe. Too tall.
Yep.
Incomplete. Bledsoe was covered well. 3 out there in the routes for Hermiston. Bledsoe running the deepest of routes, but Corey couldn't find the right weight on that pass. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and he had plenty of time that time. It was just a matter of trying to find it.
Dave McClure is the punt returner for Kennewick. Inside his own 15 right now, counting to make sure that there are 10 white shirts in front of him. Max Shilhonick will punt on 4th down and 9. From the 49, Shilhonick will stand at the 34-yard line on his end of the field. 8:24 on the clock in the opening quarter. Kennewick by a touchdown.
Oh, right up
Shilhonick gets a good snap, but skies it towards his sideline and will fall out of bounds.
Yeah,
right at the 40.
They had Aiden Metz just about get the block that time, and he just absolutely blitzed everything inside.
Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, Baker goes 70 yards at the Roundup grounds on their opening drive for a touchdown. 7-0 their lead. Baker and Pendleton playing tonight. The Greater Oregon League title is on the line in that game. Stanfield is at Irrigan tonight, and those teams are playing for the 3rd and final Blue Mountain Conference playoff spot. We already know Weston McEwen's going in as the number 1, and Heppner's going in as the number 2 after last week's game in Athena that Weston McEwen won. Handoff on 1st down and 10, and a yard gained. They gave him 2 up to the 42-yard line.
McCoy on the stop that time.
On the stop for the Bulldogs.
Alex Roberts, the running back, had the 71-yard run on the opening drive. It's the reason that the Lions are in front 7-0. 7:50 on the clock in the opening quarter. Right hash mark 42. And Ambrose Driver, again, pistol set, 2 receivers each way. Takes the snap, straight drop, looking to throw. Driver lobs it, deep ball for the speedy McClure. Catches it in stride inside the 20s, pulled down to the 18-yard line is where they decide.
Council on the stop that time, but he did. He got a step, and it looked like Justice tried to go ahead and get a little bit of a push up front, but just got sidestepped and was outrun that time.
41 yards to the 18, 1st and 10. Lions looking to make it a 2-score game early on. Extra power into the right, tight to the formation. Just one receiver out, hand up the middle. Juke step to the left, and Roberts inside the 15. It's pulled down right on the hash mark at the 13-yard line.
Stasic on the stop that time was able to get down below the big offensive lineman and make that around the knees and shins tackle there.
Is that his first of the night?
Second.
So that is his 70th tackle of the season. He's averaging over 9 tackles a game. 2nd out and 5 from the 13. Left hash mark again. Driver in the pistol set. Turns and hands off. Roberts. Juke step to the left again and is upended just short of the 10-yard line, picking up about 2 yards.
Larson in on the submarine stop that time and just lit him up. I mean, that's a tough tackle to make on the big kid coming full speed.
They all kind of look like counter runs because he's taken a jab step right away and coming back to his left.
Let's
3rd
see.
down and 3.
Yeah, they do have the big number 33 in the back. He's usually used as a lead blocker for the run.
That's McIntyre, H-back to the right on this 3rd down and 3. Direct snap and a run going to the right side. Roberts will take it himself, churning his feet inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. 1st down yardage on the gain of 8 more.
Yeah, McIntyre that time just running right behind him and following it in. Stasic, I believe, in on the hit again.
Just past the halfway point of quarter number 1. Kennewick up by a touchdown. And 1st and goal from the 3. David Wyshensky alone, wide out to the left side. High formation. Dawson Gabers dots the I behind Cooper Near, straight up the middle, and a touchdown for Hermiston.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Kennewick.
32.
It was Dawson Gabers.
On the carry.
Gabers carried the ball a bit last week, later in the game against Southridge.
Yep.
So the Lions up by 2 scores, 5:24 on the clock. Chavez to add the extra point. And 14-0 is the score line in favor of Kennewick.
5:24 left in the first quarter.
Opening quarter action, and Hermiston has fallen behind by 2 scores. Kennewick, the power of their running game, is it as simple as they're just that big up front, Sonny?
Yeah, they're going after that. It's 260, 300, and 260 on each side of them. So it's that simple. And then when you put a big blocking back in there in McIntyre, it makes it awful tough to stop.
Earlier on tonight, well, actually it was earlier this afternoon, 1 o'clock kickoffs. Echo High School today hosted the championship game with Joseph 26, South Wasco County 8 for the 6-man football in that league. And Echo was playing at Condon against Spray Mitchell Wheeler for the 3rd playoff seed and the final playoff seed, and Echo did beat Spray Mitchell Wheeler for the 2nd time this season, 38-34. So into the 12 teams in the 6-man OSA playoffs. Hermiston on the kick return up to the 25-yard line, down 14-0 with 5:17 on the clock. And just to kind of hammer it home even a little bit more, there was quite a bit of running for a Hermiston team that is often pass first, trying to go right at Kennewick up the middle. And this is a Kennewick team that had given up 29.6 yards per game on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to go ahead and get this thing going, and, they're capable, but they got to hit the hole quicker, Eric. Right there, the little jab step gives Kennewick an opportunity to go ahead and advance to the ball.
Ami Tuya, his first carry of the night, good for 2 yards to the 27-yard line.
McIntyre, stop. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Corey slaps his hand together, hands off. Tui again running to the right side and is stood up just short of the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 6 for Hermiston. Neil Stasek will bump away from the line out to the left. He'll stack right on top of Austin Bledsoe and then counsel outside of him. Ramirez Ortega, the receiver to the right. Right hash mark, 29. Corey, play action to throw. Deep ball right side. Ramirez Ortega out of his reach on the dive down the far sideline. He got past Cervantes, but again, the weight wasn't quite right on the pass.
Yeah, it just maybe a little bit more air underneath it, Eric. I mean, Isaac's got a cannon for an arm, but he's got to learn you can't out-throw everything. And, great job by Jaime Ramirez trying to get – he did get a finger on it, but not enough.
So Max Shilhonic will have to punt on a 4th down and 6. Standing at his 15, Shilhonic again pressured, again hits it a little bit high up on the foot, so it goes straight up into the air. It'll bounce and check up, and Hermiston, Welty grabs it at the 43-yard line. So the punt is a 14-yard punt, and Kennewick up 14-0 will start on a short field. The defense a couple of times in a row now has had to deal with this short field start because the punting is just not changing the field.
Yeah, and he's had some time. That time and the time before, he had a lot more time than what he's given himself. He's just got to relax and go for it. The first punt, I was just absolutely flabbergasted it didn't get blocked because he was that close to it.
First down and 10. 2 in the backfield. Roberts again up the middle, breaks a tackle coming to his left across the 40, tripped up. 38-yard line, picking up 5 yards on that first down run. The cliche is pretty simple, right? You win first down, and right now Kennewick's doing that offensively.
Yeah, they are. Tulia that time on the stop, but Kennewick is just getting a huge shove off the offensive line. The defensive line's got to come up and either go underneath them or they got to get their pad level a lot lower right now.
Still Roberts behind Driver, pistol set, 2nd down and 5. Hermiston's 38-yard line, middle of the park. Driver to throw. Pressured out of the pocket to his right. He will dump it underneath into the hands of McIntyre. Dylan McIntyre, the tight end coming off of the line, is able to haul it in.
Stasek on the stop again, Eric. He's flying to the ball very, very well.
Just a yard gain, 3rd down and 4. At the 37-yard line. This kind of feels like Hermiston's probably got to make stops on 2 plays here.
Yeah, I would think so because this is a huge play right here. They've got to stop him for no gain at all.
Unless they can get a tackle for a loss. Now, outside of Stasek, there aren't a whole lot of tackles behind the line of scrimmage this season for Hermiston. 3rd down and 4. Straight up the gut for Roberts. Breaks a tackle, bounces off another. Pinballs inside the 30 down the right hash mark to the 26. First down yardage. Tuia makes the tackle on the 11-yard gain.
Yeah, that time there he actually was able to go ahead and get by the initial rush, and Tuia come in from the side to make the stop.
2:30 left in quarter number 1. And Kennewick trying to add on to a 14-0 lead. McClure and Witowski go wide to the left side. Wachensky alone to the right. Short side of the field with the ball just inside the right hash mark. At Hermiston's 26, 1st down and 10. Driver rolling out to the left, looking to throw. He'll step up, turns into a run, coming up the middle of the field, pulled down. Saldana and Larson in there on the stop for Hermiston, but not before a 6-yard scramble by Ambrose Driver.
Yeah, Larson did a great job setting the edge and forcing them back. Unfortunately, it was already after a 7-yard pickup. Larson made a great hit to bring him down.
Nose of the ball just on top of the 20-yard line, right in the middle of Kennewick Field. 2nd down, 4 to go. Split backs, Cannon Hayes, who has been battling injuries to the right shoulder. Roberts to the left. Roberts again running right behind a Hayes block and is pulled down. Saldana in there to help out, along with Siu Sapeni, the senior tackle who's playing, we were told, a bit more on defense tonight because they have to. Gain of 3, 3rd and 1. And these are the types of plays the Bulldogs need, especially if they're going to find a way to come back from a 14-0 deficit. A minute left in quarter number 1. A receiver each way. McIntyre in. H-back lined up to the right. Roberts behind Driver. The senior quarterback for Kennewick turns and hands off to Roberts up the middle. This time he gets buckled under and may not have gotten it. Flying through, Stasek was able to shoot a gap and get the tackle. No gain, 4th and 1.
That's what makes Neal such a good, linebacker, is the fact that he's not afraid to stick his nose in where he knows it's going to get bruised a bit and get down low.
Ball at the 17, 4th down and 1. Driver will come under center. It's a quarterback rush, quarterback push, quarterback still on his feet. Driver churning inside the 10, and he pushes the pile rugby scrum style all the way down to the 8. Turned a quarterback sneak for 1 yard into a 14-yard gain.
Tuia on the stop that time, but unfortunately he was along for the ride for a while.
It's the last play of the first quarter. Kennewick with a 14-0 lead at Hermiston's Bulldog Stadium down on Kennewick Field. The Lions will have first and goal from the 8 when we come back in 1 minute here on AM 1360 KOHU. $14-0 as we start the second quarter here in Hermiston from the Ranch and Home broadcast booth on a pretty cold evening. It's going to be frigid overnight as we get set for the final game of the regular season here in the second quarter. Sonny, what is the turnaround point for this Hermiston team down by 2 scores?
They've got to get a stop. They've got to get a stop right now, Eric. It's that's how important this game is right now. If the turnaround point is no score this time down, and then hold them off best they can, make the adjustments.
Alex Roberts scored the first touchdown of the night. He's at a pistol set behind Ambrose Driver. Whistles and pauses and laundry before the start of the second quarter. I don't see any yellow flags. I do see a yellow flag. A substitution violation? Let's get somebody who knows.
Prior to the threat, illegal substitution, defense,
Ooh,
pass the distance to the goal.
that's not good. That's not
How do
good.
you get a substitution violation to start the second quarter?
Yeah, I don't know.
First down and goal from the 4. Driver rifles over the middle, back of the end zone, caught, and Wachensky got his foot down in the end zone for the score. That was nice footwork by David Wachensky in the back of the end zone for his 11th touchdown of the season.
And what we didn't need to have happen just happened, Eric. It's got to be something. Defense has got to come up a little stronger than that.
Chavez to add his 3rd extra point of the night. Got some pressure on that one. Got it away, however, and splits the uprights to increase the lead to 21-0. Offensive side of the ball, what are you looking for here from Hermiston? Do they have to start opening it up?
They have got to get the push off the offensive line. If they can't get there, then they're going to have to open something up, Eric. They're going to have to run maybe a gimmick play to get Kennewick to go ahead and get offset a little bit.
It's funny, the idea of the gimmick play. I've said this since we were coming back from the loss a couple of weeks ago at Edgar Brown Stadium to Chiawana, and listening to the end of the Kennewick-Richland thriller on the radio. It was a situation where Kennewick is down, they are down and out, and they hit a hook and ladder play to win the game. And I pose it this way. That play looks really good. It runs really clean. Why do you run that in the first quarter, in the second quarter every once in a while? Just put it in people's minds that it's there.
Well, yeah, there was nobody close to him. I mean, they all sucked in early, and then there was nobody that got close to him on the run.
Chavez to kick off. Welty and Ramirez Ortega back to return the kick this time. And this is angled Welty's way at the 11. He has it. Decides to come right towards his sideline. Huge block laid down. 20-yard line for Welty, 25-yard line for Welty, and spun out of bounds by Damian Cervantes. Austin Bledsoe, or maybe it was Ben Larson, one of the two of them just put Angel Correa on his backside as he was trying to come down and cover that Welty kick return. I think it was Ben.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice little 17-yard return that shows them, get it out past the 25, and now you got an opportunity to shorten the field a little bit.
Alex Garcia. No, check that. That is Ami Tuya. He's to the right shoulder of Corey. Larson behind him. First down and 10. Play action to Larson. Corey rolling to left, dumps it off underneath. Krebs has the catch. Krebs gets a big block, spins off of a tackler at the 40-yard line, pushed out of bounds into the Kennewick bench around the 45.
Great job that time by Krebs grabbing it, and then he had a great spin move to get him an extra 5 yards.
Krebs 17-yard gain up to the 45-yard line, first down and 10. Opening minute of the second quarter, Hermiston down 21-0. Two receivers each way. Krebs in motion right to left. Getting the start with Landon Shilhonic out with an ankle injury tonight. Lots of time for Corey. He pump fakes, looks to his right, now flushing out to that right side. Pumps again, will run, and is pushed out of bounds into the Hermiston bench. Shoved out by Cooper Neer, the sophomore. Corey rushes into Kennewick territory, their 48-yard line. 7-yard gain. Kennewick is essentially rushing 3 and dropped everybody back into the coverage, so Isaac had all the time in the world back there. Second down and 3 into Kennewick territory. Handoff. This is Larson up the middle. Larson breaks through as across the 40-yard line, tripped up down to the Kennewick 38.
Nice job that time by Larson, just getting to the hole and sticking the foot, going north and south very quickly. And that's going to be the key, Eric. They got to get by that big defensive line as quick as they can because the linebackers are dropping back now.
From Kennewick's 38, first down and 10, middle of the field. Isaac Corey's got 2 in the backfield with him. Fakes to Tuya, option left, toss to Larson. Larson gets around the block from Bledsoe. Larson's got space on the edge across the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds into the Kennewick sideline. They'll say he stepped out at the 30-yard line. Pickup of 8.
Nice job that time by getting out onto the corner that time and being able to seal it. That was a great job out there by Council, coming back on the defensive end on the inside.
Larson will move to Isaac Corey's right shoulder on second down and 2. Council is alone to the left. That's the short side of the field with the ball in the left hash mark. Corey slaps his hands together, fakes to Larson, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket now. He will be grabbed by McIntyre and get upended. McIntyre and Metz in there on the stop. Corey, however, does get 3 and moves the chains for Hermiston, who want to move quick. The 5 offensive linemen are standing there waiting for the umpire to get the ball set so Wes Leathers can get going. First down and 10 at the 27. Left hash mark again. 2 receivers to the right for Corey. H back that way. Handoff to Tuya running left. Tuya straight up the middle, breaks a tackle. Tuya fights his way down to the 15-yard line. An 11-yard gain, and Ami Tuya has Hermiston first down and 10 at the 15.
And that was all Ami Tuya. He got hit in the backfield that time, Eric, and was able to go ahead and be powered right through it and take the defensive back for a little bit of a ride.
And he's doing the ooh my leg hop and skip over to the sideline. Stasek comes in at the tight end. Hand to Larson running left. Larson on first down and 10 gets himself to the 13-yard line.
Hermiston's getting a little bit better push off the offensive line. They're getting Kennewick to stand up, Eric. That's one of the biggest things there.
Down 21-0 with just 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Throw over the middle. Bledsoe's got it inside the 5. Bledsoe tried to juke to his right. Nate Bass was able to grab him and pull him down. And the Bulldogs first down and goal, looking for their first score of the night. Corey looking back to the sideline as the play is signaled in. He's got Larson to his right shoulder. Tight end left. Tight end right. Fake to Larson, coming right. Quick throw to Stasek at the goal line. Pulled down at the 1. The saving tackle made by Johnny Wright.
And that time there, Eric, I want to say this, Isaac had a score. Had he kept that ball and just kept going, he had the score. There was nobody coming into that gap where Stasek left out.
2nd and goal from the 1. That's Larson trying to go right, ends up losing a yard.
Larson on the carry.
See, that's the problem whenever you try to go like that and you don't go quick right up the middle, Eric, that they've got enough size to just go ahead and push down and just blow the hole up.
3rd down and goal. Ball just outside of the 2. Larson to the left shoulder of Corey. Stasek is to his left as well. Corey keeps it, going left side again. He's going to get out to the edge. It's a foot race there. Tosses it to Stasek into the end zone for the touchdown. Isaac just kept extending it out to the left, and he never really was going to try to get into a foot race with Dave Oshensky. The 2-yard touchdown puts Hermiston on the board.
Yeah, that was a great job that time on all avenues there. Stretch it out, and then go ahead and make him commit from the defensive backfield, and you got a guy wide open.
Abel Alatorre to add the extra point out of Austin Bledsoe's hold. Lots of piling up in the middle. Bledsoe gets the hold down, and the kick is through to put the scoreboard at 21-7. 8:29 on the clock in the 2nd quarter. This is Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU.
End of 1 in Pendleton and 7-all.
Alatorre lining up to kick it away from the Bulldogs, and deep to return for the Lions. Roberts.
Hermiston pieces together a drive that gets them on the board for the first time tonight. 2nd quarter, 8:29 left in the first half. And Kennewick is still in front, 21-7. Alex Roberts is back to return this Abel Alatorre kick. Roberts has a chance at the 3, far sideline, outside the numbers 20, 25. Blockers in front, 30, 35, 40. Roberts down the far sideline, comes back to his left into Hermiston territory. Roberts finally pulled down all the way to the 35-yard line.
35 or 34 roughly. First and 10 for the Lions.
62 yards on the return. Update on the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard. 2nd quarter, almost the exact same thing on the clock at the Roundup Stadium. And it is 7 apiece. Baker and Pendleton playing for the Greater Oregon League title. Kennewick, great field position again after the huge return by Roberts, who's behind Ambrose Driver on this 1st down and 10 from the 35. Roberts up the middle, hesitation move, spun down at the 27-yard line. Roberts gaining 7.
Larson on the hit that time, Eric.
With the stop.
Bulldog defense again having to work with a short field behind them, but after the score, you get some momentum. This is really important to try to find a way off the field here. It's going to be tough, though. 2nd down and 3. Play action. New quarterback in, dumps it out into the left flat. And down the near sideline, McIntyre all the way to the end zone, ends up there. touchdown.
Driver's pass complete to McIntyre.
That might have. I wonder if that was actually just a uniform that was switched in. Maybe Ambrose Driver got some blood on his uniform. And now Tanner Chavez to add the extra point. He does. And Kennewick answers quickly. 7:35 left. The Lions now up 28-7. We're back in 60 on AM 1360 KOHU.
Yeah.
Was it 33?
What was it? It was 35. It was from the 35. Yeah. Sorry.
So Ambrose Driver, his uniform got ripped up, so he did have to change from 16 to 40, and he delivers a 35-yard touchdown pass to Dylan McIntyre. 28-7, 7:35 on the clock. Welty again returning, trying to get to his sideline to the right. Does shimmy away from one tackler, but cannot get away from Dawson Gabers. Gabers flying in to take Welty down at the 20-yard line. Bulldogs have an injured player down behind the play, and Dan Emery is out to check on him. It was weird, Sonny. It felt like Hermiston had tacklers to get McIntyre down around the 5 or so, and everybody just kind of slowed up on the play.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were surprised, number one. Maybe they were surprised that that wasn't the quarterback they were actually looking for. Then they noticed that it was McIntyre back there, and you're right. Everybody just kept with their receiver and never did leave to come up and fill in quick.
But you're definitely still supposed to tackle the people with the ball in the other shirt, right?
You are absolutely correct, but
Alex Garcia is the one who is being helped off to the sideline by trainer Dan Emery. 23 years here in Hermiston. Coach David Faietete, 16 years here in Hermiston. Won that state title with the team as the head coach in 2017. Was the defensive coordinator for Mark Hodges in 2014. Hermiston has not made a true postseason since they moved into the WIAA. That changes next week. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line, right hash mark set. Isaac Corey will turn, fake to Ben Larson, roll out to the left. Long developing play, thrown out to the left sideline, and a reception just outside the numbers to Dale Krebs. Krebs to the 26 and a 6-yard gain.
well, that's a good little play there. You know, Krebs has been wide open all night long, and Kennewick's not been having an answer for him just yet.
Krebs and Counselor to the left. Ramirez Ortega to the right. Larson up the middle. And Larson ripped down. Metz comes through the middle, and the inside linebacker makes the stop. 6:51 on the clock. Second quarter action, 28-7, and now a concern for Kennewick as they have a man down.
Is that the big guy?
after that play. It ends up going for pretty much nothing.
No, it's not Kennewick.
Take a look at the Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, and first quarter action in Erie. The Knights are up on the Stanfield Tigers. It's a 12-6 score line there. A Blue Mountain Conference playoff spot is on the line in that one. Earlier today, 1 o'clock in Condon, Echo beat Spray Mitchell Wheeler 38-34. And at Echo today, for that six-man league title, Joseph beat South Wasco County 26-8. Third down and 4. Corey, quick screen out to the left side, completes it. Tackle broken and down the far sideline. Council races across the 50. Gabers is the one who pulls him out just across the midfield stripe up to the 49-yard line.
25.
6:36 left in quarter number 2. Hermiston down 28-7. Isaac Corey, toss play. Larson running to the right side. Larson's got a hole up the middle. Bounces off of a tackler, and his first down yardage gets him to the 39.
Boy, that's hard running there. And that's, Eric, this could be it. This, going pace, quicker pace like we're seeing might be the biggest downfall for Kennewick. Getting them tired.
There's a lot of rushing yards for this Kennewick defense. They have not had a night like this. Throw out to the right wing and incomplete. Way too tall for Jaime Ramirez Ortega.
Second down and 10.
Second down and 10 at the 39. Nathan Welty is in at a receiver alone to the left side. A trio of 3 to the right for Corey. He's got the back to the right as well on this second and 10. Krebs in motion right to left. Will run behind Corey. Isaac looks that way. Screenplay over the middle. Dumped off to Larson. Larson's got a big block in front. Larson tripped up down to the 25. Flag out after everything concluded back behind the play. Larson got to the 25-yard line. The marker is downfield for holding. So Larson is going to gain 3 yards.
3 yards on the reception.
On the reception.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the swat foul, replay third down.
Now the official said replay third down. It is second down, according to the down marker. Second down and 17. Back at the 46. It is on the Kennewick side of the 50. As Stasic, Krebs, and Welty are to the left. Ramirez Ortega lone right. Corey, play action, looking that way. Gives to Jaime, and Ramirez Ortega is bear hugged immediately at the 44. Gains 2. Pulled down by Wyshensky.
Ramirez Ortega.
Feels like this is probably 4 down territory for Hermiston on third down and 15 from the 44. Flag out.
Offsides on Kennewick, looks like. 54.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, their left side defensive tackle was definitely lined up in the neutral zone.
Well, so to make it third down and 10, and now it's, barring a loss of yards, this is definitely 4 down territory. Down 28-7. Corey to throw. A lot of time. Steps up in the pocket. Will shuffle away from Kennewick. Gets a block from Robinson. Corey pulls it down. Will run out of bounds. Short of the first down marker. But does pick up 6 on the rush.
Yeah, both Robinson and Hunter Allen did a nice job of blocking that time.
Spot is not spectacular at the 34-yard line, 4th down and 5. Left hash mark set. Larson to the left shoulder of Corey. He's got 3 receiving options to the right. Corey slaps his hands together. Straight drop. Steps up in the pocket. Now we'll pull it down and run again. It's a foot race with Metz. Breaks a tackle for Metz and is out of bounds just short of the 20-yard line. First down yardage. Isaac Corey out at the 22.
Yeah, Metz, I think, completely, underestimated Isaac's strength and how big he actually is, because he ran right through the middle of that tackle for the first down.
Presumably, there's no underestimating. Every coach this season we've got a chance to talk to has talked about Isaac Corey's the number one thing that pops out to them. Corey, play action, rolling to the right. Will lob it out to the right side. Tuya inside the 20, shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And that gain is good for 7 and 2nd and short. Now, Randy Affolter is a third coach that has not returned a request for a interview this week via email, so didn't get a chance to talk about this fantastic 7-1 Kennewick team with the head coach. 2nd down and a 3 from the 15-yard line. Left hash mark, right hash mark, excuse me. Corey play action, hammered, and it's a Isaac Corey sandwich in the backfield. Back to the 21, loss of yards on the play.
Wright and Hayes both in on the tackle.
About 3rd down and 9 yards to go for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 9, definitely in able-alatory range, but down 28-7 with 4:45 left in the first half. This still feels like Hermiston's got 2 downs to get the first down. Larson to left shoulder, Corey to throw. Straight drop, he's got time. Now pressured, steps to his right, lobs it downfield, dipped and dropped and nicely read. But Johnny Wright couldn't finish an interception. He would have come the other direction, and it would have been him and Isaac and some Hermiston linemen in the race the other end.
Yeah, that was just right in his hands, and I think he was looking downfield before he ever got the opportunity. And they are going to go out for the field goal.
All right, with no yards gained on that play. 4th down and 9 at the 22. Hermiston will set up for a right hash mark field goal attempt. Austin Bledsoe will set himself down to hold the ball for Abel Alatori. 38 yards the kick with 4:31 left in the first half. Snaps there, holds there. Abel has pulled it left. Incomplete. No good. No points on the drive that stalls in Kennewick territory. And up 28-7 with 4:27 left in the second quarter. This does feel like the type of drive where Kennewick can start putting some nails in the coffin of this game if they can get another score.
Yeah, that might have been a time, Eric, to go ahead and burn one of the 3 timeouts to make ourselves think about it a little bit more, let ourselves relax a little bit. But, that time there, just a heck of a lot of pressure and rushed it too quickly.
McIntyre and Roberts in the backfield. This is that wildcat direct snap to Roberts running to left side. He's got space out to the edge. Shoves away Tuya, is shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line by Council. But first down yardage on the rush up to the 35.
Yeah, that's awful tough. You get the leading, rusher there and coming out that way, and it makes it awful tough on a head of steam with a safety to go ahead and make the tackle.
Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard from beautiful Burns, Oregon. Burns 21, Umatilla 0, started the second quarter. 1st and 10, driver rolling to the right. Gets a block, lobs it to the sideline. McClure tight ropes right at the 50. Give it to him for a 15-yard pitch and catch. The senior receiver, he found space in between deep safeties and underneath coverage and was wide open. It was just a matter of whether or not driver could keep that ball in play on his pass.
Yeah, Ramirez Ortega had to come back and ensure that he stepped out of bounds.
1st down and 10, ball right at the middle of the field. 4 minutes left in the first half. Kennewick up 28-7. Straight drop. Driver looking to set up the screen. Dumps it on and off to Roberts. Roberts breaks a tackle, fights his way inside the 40, and is pulled down at the Hermiston 39-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain.
Saldana on the tackle that time, and that's a long road trip for Saldana to make the tackle clear out that way.
Kennewick is, for really the first time tonight, slowing things down a little bit. Driver in a pistol set with Cannon Hayes in the backfield. So Roberts off the field for a spell here on 1st and 10 from Hermiston's 39. Hayes bounces off a tackler out to the right behind the tackle, and the guard ends up at the 35, gaining 4. Came into the game with 68 carries, 430 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Larson and Ramirez Ortega on the tackle.
Second down and 6. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Lions up by 21. Driver bends at the waist, turns, hands off. Hayes again, edges out to his left, slipped. Flag out as Hayes is down with Young in there to stop him at the 30-yard line.
Based on the carry, Kelly Young with a stop.
I think there's a holding against Kennewick, and it looked like the left side guard.
That's the initial indication.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
This Lions team is trying to look impressive. You just have to, because it's a group of humans that'll meet Sunday morning to seed the 32 teams out of the 3A classification in Washington going into the postseason. Hermiston is one of them as well. Both teams trying to get themselves a nice seed. Throw over the middle, deep ball. Wyshensky right in the middle of the park, catches it. Got inside of the safety, Tuya, and is pulled down at the 70-yard line.
Yeah, that's a tough play for Tuya that far out with a wide receiver.
Clock spinning, 2:15 left in the first half. And the Lions now 1st and goal from the 7, trying to tack on another one. In front already, 28-7. Hayes is in that Wildcat set with Gabers next to him. Hayes will take the lead blockers to left, bounce off of a tackler into the end zone from 70 yards out for the score.
Well, they had Hayes and McIntyre both leading that block, Eric, and it was a direct snap, like you said, to Hayes. And all he did was follow that big side, the left side of the offensive line, and those two big running backs for blocking.
Tanner Chavez, right-footed kicker out of Nate Bass's hold. Tanner Larson to snap it here on this extra point. Hermiston looking like they're going to bring pressure. They will, but Chavez chips it through. And the lead for the Lions is 35-7. 1:45 left in the first half. Teams do have their timeouts. When we come back from this timeout on AM 1360 KOHU. Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU Hermiston. We welcome you as well online at gohermiston.com and mixler.com/1360 KOHU. The web stream powered by Blue Mountain Networks. That's internet at the speed of life. Nathan Welty to the left, Jaime Ramirez-Ortega to the right. Tanner Chavez has had no desire to kick anything Jaime Ramirez-Ortega's way. And again, we'll give Welty the chance at the 9-yard line. Left hash mark, Welty moves to his right, stops and starts again at the 20 and ends up at the 23-yard line. So first down and 10 for Hermiston, 1:38 left. They do have their timeouts, trailing 35-7. I can't think of a comeback that doesn't start with a quick score here for Hermiston.
Yeah, they've got to have something, and they've got to be able to break this thing. You know, you do have some Kennewick players, but they've got enough people over there that they've been shuffling in and out. Got to get some people with their hands on their knees, get them tired out a bit.
Krebs and Ramirez-Ortega are stacked one on top of the other to the right. Stasic out left along with Council. Corey to throw. Looking right side, dumps it underneath. Ramirez-Ortega, tunnel screen, breaks a tackle at the 30, 35, he's got speed. 40, and he's gone down the far sideline. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Hermiston! 77 yards for the score.
You asked for it, you got it. Something's fantastic, and Jaime Ramirez-Ortega catches that pass 2 yards deep and is able to go ahead and avoid and then just put on the burst of speed outside and outran everybody on the Lions team.
Abel Alatorre to add the extra point out of Austin Bledsoe's hold. Snaps a little low, Bledsoe gets it down, and Alatorre punches it through. 35-14. Now, 1:23 left. Kennewick with timeouts as well does have time to try to just strike right back and say that was nice, but we still have a 4-score lead.
Yeah, and the worst thing about it is they're getting the football back. So all this hard work that our statisticians doing may have to add to it, but it's a good thing we did something good.
She didn't need that shout out there. Her ego and my ego are not going to fit in the booth together if you do things like that.
But she did it in pencil.
Oh, Sunny's really excited because she's not using tricolored pens tonight. Kirsten Miller brings us the statistics that are brought to you by the Hermiston School District. I'm Eric. He's Sunny. Cameron is back in the studio with us, our studio engineer. 1:23 left in the first half. Lions 35, Bulldogs 14. 77-yard touchdown for Jaime Ramirez-Ortega.
There better not be anything kicked, anything other than real deep, Eric. Minute and 23. You got hands people all over the place up front. They're expecting it there.
Abel Alatorre last year had all sorts of things in his bag of tricks, like this one here. Onside kick to the right side at the 50-yard line, and Kennewick nicely recovered. That is not a hands team type of number. Austin Fox, number 79, does the hero stuff for the 6'1 senior to somehow pull that in with a bunch of Bulldogs bearing down on him. That was a really nice kick by Abel Alatorre.
It was a very nice kick, yes it was, but now you just gave him a minute and 21 to go 50 yards, and we've got to be able to stop this one here if we're going to give it up there.
First down and 10. Ball at the 50. Driver. Play action. Quick throw over the middle. Has Wyshensky into the open right side. First down yardage down to the Hermiston 36-yard line.
Council on the stop that time.
A fast acting play. Driver throws left side. Low. McClure pulls it in and is pulled down at the 25-yard line. An 11-yard gain on the pitch and catch to Dylan McClure.
Two of you on the stop that time, but Eric, these are 14 and 16-yard pickups now.
Driver rolling right to throw on first and 10 from the 25. On the run, throws it, batted away on the far sideline.
intercepted by Kellen Young.
Kellen Young was the one who stepped in front of the pass intended for Wyshensky. 2nd down and 10. That'll slow everything down at least for a second to grab a breath. 58 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, Kellen did a great job of jumping that one and making a dive at the very end to bat that ball away. It would have been nice for him to come up with the pick, but better job getting it out of bounds.
Those 4 up front, McCamey, McCoy, Akers, and Saldana, they got to get some pressure here on Driver. 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Driver again to throw. Over the middle, deep ball, off the fingertips of McClure, incomplete.
Yeah, just a little long there. Double team back there by the Bulldogs, and both of them are a little bit on the shaken up side, Eric.
A couple of Bulldogs ended up running into each other on the coverage. And Ami Tuya has been in a lot of physical plays here tonight. Is the one who's a bit slow and is again favoring that right leg as he tries to get off to the sidelines. One of the 21 seniors, Tuya, is also one of a half dozen of these Bulldogs who have been seeing time, if not in the case of Ami and Ben Larson, Neil Stasek, significant time since they were sophomores at the varsity level. 3rd down and 10 from the 25, and Kennewick wants to talk about things.
I think Hermiston took that time out.
Hermiston,
Oh,
that's their first.
well, Council and Tuya both down
Yeah.
with 52.5 seconds left in the first half.
Well, with them down and they taking the time out, that's going to allow them to come right back in.
If they can.
Yeah, if they can, they don't have to sit out a play. They can come in since they did take the time out.
Coming up, Devon Oil Circle K halftime show. You're only going to find the refreshment of a Polar Pop at Devon Oil Circle K. 99 pennies get you any size of Polar Pop cup at Circle K. Our halftime feature is going to be a trio from Hermiston High School who are part of the theater group. Clue opens tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock in the Performing Arts Auditorium. And then at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, the second group, they have 2 different acting troupes who are presenting Clue. Opening night tomorrow, and then next Friday and Saturday, they will have their second weekend of the comedy mystery Clue in the Hermiston High School Performing Arts Auditorium. We'll hear from them. 3rd down and 10 from the 25. Driver rolling to the right. Pressured by Akers. Throws towards the goal line, and Wyshensky found a hole. Stepped out at the 4, or was that an indication of a touchdown?
Touchdown Kennewick.
Yeah, it was a
Touchdown.
touchdown. Okay, he just decided he wasn't going to run all the way down to the goal line to indicate that.
Well, they ended up, making Council and Tuya both stay out that play, and it just went right in front of the replacement.
Wyshensky's second reception of the quarter has been a high-scoring quarter. Wyshensky from 25 yards out. Chavez pulled or pushed the extra point. Missed it with 45 seconds left in the first half. 41-14. Tomorrow is a busy day for Hermiston High School athletics. The cross-country teams are going up to what I'm sure will be an absolutely toasty Spokane at Wandermere Golf Course. The Greater Spokane League and the MCC together for the district championships. Tickets to the state championships are on the line. Girls swimmers were in Walla Walla today. We'll be back there tomorrow at Whitman College for the second day of the district championships. Volleyball and Southridge finished in a dead heat tie for 3rd. Only one of them can go into the District 8 tournament next week. The RPI was dead even as well, so they drew lots before the season started in the MCC. Southridge has the draw advantage over Hermiston, so they will host at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Then the two girls soccer teams meet at 1 o'clock tomorrow. That is the consolation round of the District 8 playoffs. 41-14, 45 seconds still left. Hermiston, a couple of their 3 timeouts remaining. Low squibbing ball, rolling up the middle, hops high, pulled in, and Council, who's back in, pushes himself across the 30, going down the left hash mark, keeps his legs churning up to the 35. Good to see Justice back out there for the kick return. Second, good starting position.
20-yard return that time from the 15 out to the 35, and just did a good job of taking it straight up the middle of the field, Eric.
(41-14) Kennewick. Hermiston, can they find some magic again? Same formation that they scored on the last time. Same type of play, dropped on the far sideline. This time, that pass was not on point for Justice Council. He started to try to pull away, knowing that he had to get to his blockers on that screenplay. And so it's an incompletion.
Went right through the hands of Wasinski, and he would have had nothing but green in front of him, Eric.
2nd and 10 from the 35, left hash mark, Corey to throw. Dumps it into the right flat, off line throw, and dropped by Larson, who looks back at Isaac, and Isaac frustrated with himself. That was not a good pass. 2 not good passes in a row.
And he had a good block out to the side for him. He had Sapeni out there leading away and had a great block. Run it again. They haven't been able to stop that one.
3rd down and 10 from the 35. 31 seconds left before halftime. In motion, Bledsoe left to right. Screenplay back the other direction. Dropped Larson again. It was not exactly on point. And 4th down, Max Shilhonic is out, and Hermiston will punt it away. Shilhonic, its 3rd punt of the night. He has hit both of his first 2 punts up top of the foot near the shin, and it has punched the ball straight up into the air. The 2 punts have not gone very far, and Shilhonic, the numbers are off. He will call timeout, as the Bulldogs do not have the correct. They didn't have 11 guys out there.
No.
That's their 2nd of the half.
So they need to pause things here. Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard. Come smile with Columbia Orthodontics in Hermiston. Take a ride on the Brace Bus with Dr. West and consider brace options for the whole family. Pendleton and Baker are tied at 14 as they get ready for the half. Riverside Ione at home hosting West of McEwen. And at halftime, it is 41-8 in favor of the Tiger Scots. Irrigan and Stanfield are tied at 18 as they go into halftime. And a correction from Burns, 20-0. Burns did miss one of their tries, and so they lead 20-0 over Umatilla. Last night in the MCC, Southridge at Hanford, and they played at Hanford High School last night, fall to the Falcons 37-26. 4th down, and Shilhonic to punt. Gets it away, a little bit better kick. Fair catch called for, bounced off of Akers' back, and a scramble around the 50. Flag out.
It's out to the 35 again.
The marker's interesting. Because it wasn't like he ran into him. Huh. Kick catching interference is what was indicated with 19.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Do the Lions up 41-14 have everything they need? The penalty's a 15-yarder. And so it's at the 40. They have timeouts. Chance for Ambrose Driver here to take a shot or two if he wants. Roberts behind him in the pistol set. 3 receivers to the left. Driver takes the snap. He will look to throw. Deep ball right side, going up over the top, diving into the fingertips, hauled into the end zone for Lizama.
This pass deep, complete to Lozano. Touchdown Lions.
Okay, but great play. There is no way he got into the end zone.
No, he was down about the 1.5 yard
He
line.
rolled into the end zone, and they gave him a touchdown. That should not be a touchdown. They should have 12.8 seconds left to try to punch in a 1st and goal from the 2. That is very poorly done. It doesn't matter. It's a 5-score game, but there's no way that's a touchdown.
No, absolutely.
Chavez to add the extra point. This one he will get through. 48-14 with 12.8 seconds left.
12 seconds left here in the second quarter.
You can't somersault and roll into the end zone. It's not toddler tumbling.
No, and it's not the NFL either, and that's the only time you can do that, whenever you're not touched.
I don't know. It's one of those plays that probably, I mean, it is 48-14. It's probably not worth getting worked up over like that, but that one just doesn't seem that hard.
No, you can say it's a comedy of errors, because we're sitting there and we're missing tackles. We're not getting pressure, and we're trying to come up and bump these guys, and they're running by us. We're not respecting their actual speed, and they do have Lizama is a very quick runner. So is Wyszynski, and he, good on Kennewick. That was a great play. Go for the home run ball and try and put it out of reach right away. But those are type of things that, you just can't have at the end of a half.
It is notable at 48-14. This is a 34-point game, and this is a touchdown and a conversion away from being a running clock game if Kennewick can punch one in. Chavez to kick it away. Again, rolling ball. Young will take the early one at the 25 out to the 30 and pulled down there with 7.5 seconds remaining.
So are they going to take a knee and that's it? Or, because look at Kennewick. Kennewick's got 4 way deep.
Trips bunch to the left, short side of the field on 1st down and 10 from the 30. Corey with the back to his right will hand off to Larson. Larson running left side. Larson will break a tackle, and the final play of the first half beat a 15-yard run. Clock is paused with 1.6 seconds remaining because the chains have to move. Hermiston says, why not? Let's take the last time out. We can't take it with us. So we will, now that we're at the 45, we'll take a shot at 1.6 seconds left. We are not done at 6 touchdowns already scored in this quarter.
Yeah. We just have to go ahead and I don't know, Eric. I mean, do you take a chance on throwing another screen where we almost had one intercepted and gone, or do you go deep on it?
Give them a taste of their own vanilla medicine. Run the hook and ladder. Put together something that can be a USA Subs and Grill play of the game tonight.
Yeah, on the lighter side, I want to tell you, Michael just said everything went well.
First down and 10 from the 45. Corey, it is that little screen set up the middle, tunnel screen to Council. Council running out to the right side. He's got to get there. Punched out from behind, and the fumble picked up by Lizama. And so the first half ends with a fumble and a recovery by Kennewick and a turnover. And the scoreboard says 48-14 as the teams head to the locker room here at the halftime break. Let's talk about the Hermiston High School Theater program when we come back. Halftime brought to you by Devitt Oil's Circle K here on AM 1360 KOHU. It's not warm. Get back into the buses, get back home a little bit earlier, shorten the game, try to keep bodies as healthy as possible. These are all things that are part of a conversation when you come out of the locker room up 48-14. We'll come back with second half action here tonight down on Kennewick Field at Bulldog Stadium. Hermiston hosting the Lions and trailing 48-14 on AM 1360 KOHU. Or here, you stay. Will you get that door? Or you go and whomever. Feel the power of Liuna. Considers starting a career as a construction craft laborer with the team at Labor's International Union of North America. At Liuna, you can earn while you learn with their apprenticeship program. Check out Labor's Local 737 or visit OregonLaborers.com to start your career. Let's look ahead to what's going on next week, postseason. So the round of 32, they will seed it Sunday morning. It is not under the true terminology a WIAA state playoff game in the round of 32. It is a play-in game. But unlike like the 4A teams, the Chiawanas, Kamayakans, and Richlands of the MCC, they are crossing over with the Big Nine and the Greater Spokane League. Hermiston and Kennewick are going into a pool that has everybody across the state. And so for Hermiston, likely it is a road trip. It is likely a road trip to, let's assume, one of the top 5 teams in the state of Washington. And that could be Mount Spokane, or it could be one of the many very good teams on the I-5 corridor. Hermiston will start with the ball here in the second half, down 48-14. And the kickoff to Dale Krebs, and Dale Krebs gets to the 22 before he is pulled down by a pack of Lions. Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard in the opening minutes of the third quarter. Pendleton goes down 70 yards in 6 plays for a touchdown to put them up 21-14. They're playing for the title of the Greater Oregon League tonight at the Roundup grounds. Weston McEwen was in control of Riverside at the half, 41-8, and 18 all at halftime was the update we got for the Oregonites and the Stanfield Tigers, both playing one playoff spot left out of the Blue Mountain Conference. Ben Larson running the ball on the opening play of the second half, 2 yards forward. Larson, as a ball carrier in the first half, ended up with 10 carries for 63 yards, so get him to 65 yards rushing on the night. It will end up being one of the most prolific rushing nights anybody's had against this Kennewick defense. Second and 8, Corey to throw. Isaac, pressure by McIntyre. Deep ball left side for Council. Bounces off of the helmet. Council was in the coverage area along with Damon Cervantes, and one of the two of them headed that ball another 15 yards out of play.
Yeah, that was a good, well-thrown football that time, up in the air, which was good. Happened to get over the top, and I think it might have hit off of Council's helmet.
Third down and 8 at the 23-yard line. Quick throw out to the near side for Krebs on the wide receiver screen. He tries to come back to his right away from the blockers and is pulled down at the 25. Just a 2-yard gain for Krebs. Third catch of the night for Dale. But 4th down and 6. And now a minute into the third quarter. Max Shulhonic looks to punt.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted this early in the second half. You wanted to go ahead and get another score to go ahead and. Whoa.
Shulhonic almost blocked, gets hit as he gets it away, and it's hammered out of bounds into his sideline. The punt out at the 31-yard line, maybe even the 30. It's about a 6-yard punt. That's got to be a decision that somebody got the hand on the ball.
Yeah, because he got hit hard.
And I thought, again, he just hit it too high up on the foot as he was getting it away. He then got hammered. But Kennewick on the 30-yard line, 1st down and 10, attacking towards the west end zone, right to left. Ambrose Driver will hand off. Roberts, juke step, spins. Saldana pulls him down to the 23-yard line, a 7-yard gain.
Nice job of Saldana going ahead and making, but still they're getting the push on the offensive line to start this second half right away, Eric.
The Lions are a touchdown away from making this a 40-point game and a running clock. On their opening drive in the second half, they scored 4 touchdowns in quarter number 2. Driver with Roberts behind him. Roberts has had a couple of big runs tonight, although has not had to be used too much. Driver looking to throw again. Time in the pocket. Deep ball over the middle and a sliding catch in the end zone for Wyshensky.
Now, nobody even close to him.
Too easy on a 23-yard pitch and catch for the score.
5 yards behind the nearest linebacker and 5 yards in front of the safety. That is not a good defensive play.
Wyshensky's 3rd touchdown catch of the night. Brings his season total to 13. It happened so quickly that Tanner Chavez was with his kicking tee, getting warmed up way behind everything. He's got a race on late. Play clock's not running, though, so it won't be problematic. Kick is through, and 55-14. Kennewick with 9:54 left is going to turn a running clock on here after their opening drive of the third quarter when we return to Hermiston High School at AM 1360 KOHU. It is an ineligible penalty. Second down and 15. They will go from the 27 left hash mark. Corey to throw. Quick into the flat for Larson. Larson bundled over. Flying in. He is hammered by Cooper Neer.
McIntyre with the stop for the Lions.
Ends up no gain. And second down and 15. Larson will go to the left shoulder of Corey. 2 receivers each way for Isaac on this second and long. Takes the snap. Fakes to Larson. Looking left. Looking all over. Larson's got his hand raised. They're waiting for somebody to come back. Corey switches fields back to the other side. Coming out to the near sideline. Penny lays out a huge hit to the sideline. Council is shoved out of bounds by Neer. Incomplete. And Penny is going to be flagged for the crackback block.
Yeah, he was face up with him. That should not be a crackback block, Eric. It's supposed to be on the shoulder and back that way. He was face up with him.
55-14.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Replay second down.
Going to be a half the distance penalty, so 27 divided by 2.
13.5 yard line.
And so becomes second down and about 29. Handoff to Larson. Larson's got a hole up the middle, tripped. And Aiden Metz was able to get a hand on him. Gain of 7, third down and long. Corey with 3rd and 21 for 22 facing him. Fakes it, screenplay, pumps, pulls it down. Now we'll throw it back to Larson on this screen, out to the right. Larson has the ball come out, they'll say after he was down, pulled down by Cannon Hayes. Some conversation going on right now about a penalty.
Downfield on the offense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
So the ineligible receiver penalty again as Isaac tried to string out a play. Columbia Orthodontics scoreboard, Pendleton and Baker trading touchdowns. Pendleton's lead is 28-21. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Abel Alatorre kicks this time. His punt high into the air, bounces just short of midfield, and Hermiston bats it down at the 45 in their territory. Kennewick will end up at the 44 with the 55-14 lead and 4:45 left a running clock, third quarter. The air has been let out of the balloon, and everything's kind of just lying flat down below us on this Hermiston side. Still, for the most part, starters out there. But it is a chance to start getting a couple of the senior reserves on senior night out there. Nathaniel Connell is lined up at a cornerback on one side. First down and 10 at the 44. Driver in, hands off. Hayes up the middle. Hayes bounces off of a tackler inside the 35 to the 31-yard line on a 13-yard gain.
Stasek on the stop again, Eric. Another good night. But again, having to get the tackle on the chase.
Up to the 31-yard line, first down and 10. On the right, hash mark set. Maddox Sutanu in the slot to the left, and Nate Bass outside of him left. H back right. Hayes again takes the handoff straight up the middle, and Hayes again runs into a pile of purple after a 6-yard gain. Welty leads the way on the stop for Hermiston.
Gain of 6.
But again, 6 yards in a cloud of dust, and they are just blowing us off that defensive line right now. Eric, they're asserting their strength up there.
McIntyre, the tight end to the right. Metz is in tight end left. 2 tights, 2 wide left on 2nd and 4. Up the middle run. Hayes again. Gets a couple more.
Stasic on the hit again.
Run. Stop by Neil Stasic of Hermiston.
At the 23, 3rd down and 2, facing the Lions. Switching receivers out each play right now. And the Lions staying in this tight package. Power to the left. Hayes running that way. Bounces into trouble and is able to gain the first down yardage, gaining 3 to the 20. Larson in there in the middle, helping on the stop. Final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Wes Leathers is going to come on. Wes Leathers, Isaac Corey described him as the hardest working guy he knows when I was talking to Isaac last night at volleyball. And that's the same thing you get from all the coaches. Wes has maximized every single ounce. First down and 10 from the 20. Handoff up the middle again for Hayes. Just chunking it away straight down Broadway.
Hayes on the carry.
Over and over again. 5-yard gain this time. And Leathers is a guy who he chipped away the way you're going to, or the way you have to. Through that freshman season, just kept battling as a lineman, kept learning. He works very hard. He is undersized, for sure. He's never going to be the biggest guy. He's never going to be the strongest guy, but he has worked so hard and has been so cerebral. That's how he's been able to be the center for this team. Now getting a little defensive tackle time here on 2nd and 5. Delayed handoff for Hayes, running right this time. Troubled and a loss of a couple.
McCamey on the stop that time.
Flag out at the end after everything.
We've got a flag on the play.
And the marker is going to end up being the last thing that happens here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, well, took the liberty to stop the clock with 34 seconds left.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 11, half the distance to the goal, it'll be first down.
10-yard penalty on unsportsmanlike conduct called against Nathan Welty. No, actually, it's
It'll be down to 7.5 now. 8-yard line. Down to the 8-yard line.
so it's an 8-yard penalty and gives Kennewick first down and goal. Driver, I formation behind him. Gabers dots the I. Drop the snap and falls on top of it at the 9.
Yeah, pulled out way quick that time, and that might have been one of the best drives his offensive line has had off the ball so quickly. And that might have been why he dropped it, because the center was gone and he was right in the middle of our defensive tackle.
It's the last play of the 3rd quarter. Kennewick 55, Hermiston 14 when we return for the 4th. Here on AM 1360 KOHU. All Umatilla Electric Cooperative members can tap into the UEC Business Resource Center with free one-on-one confidential advising appointments. Learn more at umatillaelectric.com, your hometown cooperative. Second and goal from the 9 for Kennewick. And they will start the fourth quarter with the changes. At quarterback, Dominic Driver, the sophomore, will take over. And Rivian Brooks, a sophomore, in the backfield. High snap, pulled down, give it to Brooks, and Brooks is hammered in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Leathers on the tackle that time.
So the Lions have cleared it. Up 55-14 with just 12 more minutes of running clock to go. Javier Echeverria and Wes Leathers on the line, along with Andre Saldana and Tanner McCoy, an all-senior defensive line on this third and goal from the 10. Driver, hands off. Brooks breaks a tackle, coming out to the right side. Is pulled down by Ami Tuya at the 8.
Brooks on the carry for the Lions.
2-yard gain, fourth and goal.
Bulldogs.
Right hash mark 8-yard line. They'll leave the offense on the field and give Dominic Driver a chance to try to punch this one in. Trips to the left. Camden Suarez alone to the right. Pistol set. Driver takes the snap, rolling left, pressured that way, and Neil Stasek sacks him back at the 23-yard line. Big loss. Stasek shot the gap through the backup lineman and was able to make the tackle for the loss and the turnover on downs.
Nice job again by Stasek, just shooting the gap of, and Kennewick still had their starting line in at the time, so nice job of shooting the gap and getting there, and just good things coming way too late.
Corey to throw on first down and 10 to the near sideline. Justice Council makes the catch and then is shouldered out of bounds by Alex Pursley. I don't think Kennewick was not in for sure.
No,
I don't think all their line was in.
No, it was
at that time.
it was two of their three big guys, and their center was in. The two guards in the tackle and the center.
At the 28, second down and 2 to go. Corey pressured on the backside, hit as he throws a deep ball, looking for Council, underthrown, incomplete.
Isaac's Corey's pass is incomplete.
Isaac got hammered by Austin Fox.
Intended for Justice Council.
Yeah, that good legal hit. That's what you're going to be, taking a chance at right now. Is it worth trying to get another score for right now, or get some of these other guys out?
Third down and 2 from the 28. Corey rifles right side, low ball, incomplete. Underthrown, trying to get it into Larson's hands. Excuse me, Bledsoe's hands.
So, yeah.
And so fourth down with 8.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Kennewick up 55-14. It's a running clock here. Offense stays on the field. Bunch of 3 to the left. Short side of the field for Corey. Larson moves that way as well. And it's Corey, option play, pitches to Larson. Larson spins off of a tackler and is driven down at the 34. Good enough for first down yardage.
Nice little run by Larson there. The pitch had to grab it a little bit high, but a nice job of getting it outside, and Larson power running for the first down.
First down and 10. Corey, a lot of time. Pumps, now pulls it down. Coming to the left side, gets around one tackler, shepherded out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Ends up scrambling for 3. .7:15 left in the game. Running clock with Kennewick up 55-14. Play action. Coley rolling to the right. Will lob for Bledsoe. First down yardage across the sticks and tripped out of bounds at the 46.
Nice job by Austin watching that one all the way in and looking for the sticks and going forward as he's going out of bounds.
Up to the 46-yard line. First down and 10. Hermiston still running. No huddle. Quick throw near side. Council on the wide receiver screen's got blockers in front. Coming to his right. Comes back out to the left at the 40, 35. Cuts around Gabers at the 30. Breaks another tackle. Pulled down into the Kennewick territory at the 22-yard line. And Nate Bass and Justice Council both jawing at each other at the end of the play.
Yeah, they need to take Bass out. If the official's going to send him to the sideline for a play, he needs to send Bass to the sideline also. Bass is the one that got up in the middle of his face.
First down and 10 from the 21. Corey pumps, throws underneath. Tuya on the left side. Tripped up at the 15-yard line. Spot all the way down to the 12. 8-yard gain. .540 left. Hermiston trying to get their first score of the second half. It's been running clock most of the time. Corey pulls it down, will run out to the left side and steps out of bounds at the 8. First down yardage for Isaac on the scramble. 4-yard gain.
Right to Kennewick. It's going to be first and goal for the Bulldogs.
Corey play action, rolling right. He's got Tuya in the flat. He's got Larson deeper downfield. Will dump it off to Tuya. Drop, though. Hit by Chase Taylor, the sophomore.
Yeah, Tuya had 6 had you just got it out there quick to him.
Second down, goal to go from the 8. Corey, slant play to the right. Bobbled and hauled in by Krebs for the score.
Is complete to Dale Krebs.
Nice catch by Krebs. Caught it over the backside shoulder spinning and was able to pull it down. You know, he does have some pretty good hands, Eric.
Extra point. Number 26, Abel Alatorre.
Krebs, the 8-yard reception. Isaac's 3rd touchdown pass of the night. And now the Abel Alatorre extra point. Snaps there, holds there, kick is through. 55-21 with 4:28 left in the game when we come back at AM 1360 KOHU. Desert Lanes in Hermiston, an oasis of family fun in their tumbleweed room, rented for leather couches, a huge flat screen TV, 4 lanes of bowling. It is perfect for the company party or family celebrations at Desert Lanes. 55-21, 4:28 left. Hermiston is lined up for a onside kick. Abel Alatorre will angle it towards his sideline. Bounding ball. Dane McClure is in there at the point of the attack and grabs it. Take a look at the scoreboard. It's brought to you by Columbia Orthodontics. It's a final for West of McEwen over Riverside Ione, 54-14. The team from Athena is going in as the number 1 seed out of the Blue Mountain Conference. Couple of wild games that we've been tracking and have had people helping out with in Pendleton. Baker and the Buckaroos are back and forth. Pendleton is going to score on a fumble Ruski and extend their lead back out to a full touchdown. First down and 10 for the Lions. And Brooks drops it, fumble. Right around midfield, Hermiston says they fell on top of it. And they do.
Looks like that looks 34. Hayden Larson on the fumble recovery.
Hayden Larson seems to recover the
It's the first ball lost by Kennewick tonight. And so Hermiston will call a timeout with 3:21 left. Down 55-21 to get another chance. All right, another wild one is over in Eregan. Stanfield and Eregan are playing for the final Blue Mountain Conference playoff spot. And Stanfield, with 8 minutes left, is back in front of the Knights, 26-24.
Wow.
And now, 32-24 with 6 minutes left. Burns 35-0 over Umatilla. And that is a third quarter action down in beautiful Burns, Oregon. World Series opened up tonight, and a walk-off home run for Adaldus Garcia. And a win for the Rangers over the Diamondbacks. Deep ball poked down by Kyler Ratowski, guarding a pass intended for Justice Council.
It's nice, Eric. That's one of only one team of 6 that have never won a World Series, the Rangers, and the other team is the fastest team to win a World Series.
Deep ball again, way too far again. Justice Council, they're desperately trying to get him into the end zone right now. Baker touchdown.
Wow.
So that Fumbaruski didn't actually score. Corey to throw on 3rd down and 10. Steps up in the pocket. Will dump it underneath. Knocked out of Baker's hands. Incomplete. Brooks, who's been running the ball for Kennewick, was the one who batted it away. Final 2 minutes left in this game. By the way, just was notified by Jeff Walker, not too far away from where we sit here in Bulldog Stadium. We have hit first frost. It is 30 degrees. 4th down and 10 from the 49. Corey quickly to Council on the near side. Breaks one tackle. Council pulled down from behind. Stopped at the Kennewick 45, a 6-yard gain. Pulled down by Colin Wilborn. 55-21. Kennewick takes over with 1:20 left, and the game will have its final seconds tick off the clock. 2 quick scores in the first quarter to a 14-0 lead. Hermiston was playing chase all night long. Neil Stasek did score the first points of the game for Hermiston on a very nicely designed drive that ended with a Stasek 2-yard touchdown catch. Jaime Ramirez Ortega would hit a 77-yarder from Isaac Corey on a wide receiver screen with just under a minute and a half left in the first half. That made it 35-14, kept some hope. But then Kennewick in the final minute 23 found 2 more scores on the board and went into the halftime locker room at 48-14. Needed 1 score to make it a running clock in the second half. They got it on their first drive, and that final 20 seconds will run off the clock with Kennewick 55 and Hermiston 21. The regular season comes to a close. These two teams off to the WIAAs